I'm back, y'all. We finna see. Y'all, I'm about to move down these bugs. Okay, I think we live. Shalom, shalom to everybody. We're live. All praise to the Most High. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes, y'all. I'm finna rotate down this table because there's a lot of freaking bugs by me, and I'm not. Can't do it. So Salakia. Shalom to everybody.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay, so we're gonna get started. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, which the world ignorantly calls God, his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ through the Spirit. We get edified and get built up tonight. So tonight's topic is increasing your faith through afflictions, persecution, and just hard times. So I was just reading, y'all. I was doing a lot of reading, actually. And I was just looking at our forefathers, our foremothers, and just looking at the afflictions that they went through and the persecution that they went through. And then I look at ours, and it's just like, we're not touching what they went through. We're not touching the afflictions that they had to bear, the persecution that they had to go through. Not saying that it ain't coming, because it's coming, because Jacob's trouble was right around the corner. But the little things that we do face, and the little things that we do go through, the afflictions that we do go through, that just be a time period where the Most High, he's putting you through that. He's putting you through them trying times. He's putting you through the fire. He's putting you through the affliction, that you might increase your faith in him and trust in him and know that he's going to kind of deliver you out of whatever it is. So I just want to ask sisters, like, what's some of the afflictions, as being Israelites that we face day to day, everyday living, like everyday living. Let's just throw some out there, sisters. What's some afflictions that common inflict, like, because we all facing the same thing, y'all. If we Israel, which I know we Israel, we facing the same thing. Everybody kind of going through the same thing at the same time. Some may be going through like getting fired off a job. Why? Because your beautiful brown melanin they don't like, so they fired you. You was the last one hired and the first one fired. That's an affliction. All our people is going through that. What's some other afflictions, sisters? Can y'all hear me?
Kind.
Yeah. I would say one, being mocked for keeping the laws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's more like a persecution. We're gonna get into that too. What else? What y'all think?
Refusing to work.
Refusing to work, Con. That income looking a little funny. Hey, they trying to get you to get the jab, and you like, I ain't going. So your income is fluctuating. That's an affliction. But you're doing it because you believe in the Most High. You believe in what his words say. You believe that, we can't trust that man. We got to trust in the Most High. Okay? So that's just a sacrifice that you take. When you stand up for righteousness in this walk, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to be like, nah, Esau, you got me messed up. I'm not taking no jab, okay? And if that causes me for my income to fluctuate, then all praise be to the Most High. But I'm going to stand firmly to this gospel. So that's another affliction. What's some more, sisters? What about bills? Just because your income done slow down, the bills ain't stopping. They're not stopping. They're piling up. They stacking up. You know what I tell them? When y'all call me, I tell them, when you pay all your debt and you pay all your bills, I'm going to need for you to call me back. Until then, leave me alone, okay? Get in line behind the next one. When Donald Trump pay his taxes and all the rest of them frauds pay their taxes, then get at me. Like, don't try to come oppress me because y'all in debt. You feel me? So that's just another affliction that we all facing.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Evictions. Let's get Micah 2 and 2 on that, because Esau is wicked. Our people go through this every single day. Do you know how much money? Like, I didn't even look it up. I should have looked it up, y'all. I should have looked up the statistics and the revenue that they make off evicting our people, man. Making us leave their little filthy houses, because their houses ain't worth anything anyways, but just leaving it. The money they making, the bank that they making, man, it's ridiculous. But let's get a precept on that. Micah 2 and 2. See, everything that everything that we're going, I turn right to it. All praises to the Most High, that's spirit. But everything that we're going through is right here in his word. Should none take us by surprise no more. You feel me? Should nothing take us by surprise. We should be ready for this. The word spoke about the afflictions that the righteous would face, the persecutions that the righteous would face, for standing firmly for the words of the Most High, keeping his commandments, his laws, his statutes. We knew that, if Yahushua went through, how much more his friends, us, how much more, if the prophets went through, how much more us. We're not above our master, man. We gonna go through just like he went through. We're not probably gonna go through it as bad as Yahushua went through, because he laid down his life for all of us, for all the Israelites, for the children of Israel only. It ain't for the rest of them heathen nations, only for the children of Israel. He laid down his life for us. So yeah, we got to endure. Yeah, we're going to have afflictions. Yeah, we're going to have persecutions. We're going to have hard times. That's what it is, sisters. Endure. The key is to endure. The key is to remain, endure, overcome. Hey, we was built for this. We was built for this, believe that. So let me get this precept real quick. Micah 2 and 2. It says, hold on. Micah 2 and 2, it says, I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. This these Edomites, man. You know how long the line is when they trying to evict us from the house? The line is ridiculous. The list is unbearably long. Okay, let's keep going. Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses. There go that eviction. And houses. This is already prophesied. And take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man in his heritage. God, this gotta happen, man, because we're the children of the Most High. We're the children of Israel. This has to happen. But in this process, trust in the Most High. That's when you start to operate and literally cleave to the Most High and increase your faith. That's a beautiful thing, man. There's a lot of people that say they have faith and they trust in the Most High. As soon as hard times happen, they be like, oh my God, where's my income? I don't have any income. What am I going to do? Well, what the hell was you standing on in the first place? If your income got snatched, who you relying on? Who you depending on? Who's been pulling you through? That's when your faith going to tap in. That's when your faith going to tap in, if you have it. If you have it. But if you don't have it, that's time to pull and cleave to the Most High and repent and ask the Most High to increase your faith and give you that assurance that everything is going to be okay, that he is going to come and rescue you out of your hard times, out of your troubles, out of your afflictions, out of your persecutions. This is what the Most High do. It's repetitive. Go through the whole Bible. I want to pull another precept. Let's go to Sirach 2 and 10. Because Most High ain't never failed his children. He has never failed us. And he will never fail us, okay? And that's what the children of Israel have to realize. He ain't never gonna fail us. He ain't never gonna fail us, okay? So let's get Sirach 2 and 10. It says, look at the generation of old. Our forefathers, our foremothers, okay? And see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded. Most High ain't just leave them there. He always came through. But if you think about a situation that you're going through, and the Most High, he eliminate every avenue where a man can glorify themselves. He eliminated just so his name can be glorified. So when he bring you out of them hard times and them afflictions and them persecutions, you know it's the Most High. Everybody that's around you know it was the Most High that delivered you. But I'm gonna keep going. Let's keep going. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon his name? Who know the name of the Lord? The children of Israel know the name of the Lord. Who calling upon the name of the Lord? The children of Israel is calling upon the name of the Lord. He ain't never confounded us. He ain't never left us. He ain't never forsaked us. So why worry now? This is just a little affliction, a little trial, a little hard times, a little fire, a little flame that we got to go through. Endure, remain and abide. That's the word. Remain and abide and endure and overcome. Yahweh Shai overcame. That's who I'm following. I'm following the Lamb whatsoever he goes. I'm keeping him right here in my eyesight. I'm not letting him out of my eyesight. You feel me? I'm keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. I'm not following no man. I'm following Yahweh Shai, sisters. So with that being said, we have to increase our faith during these hard times. And it really ain't nothing compared to like what our forefathers and our foremothers went through. So let's just name a couple more things. So we hit bills, we hit rent, we hit evictions, sickness and disease. That's an affliction. That's an affliction, sisters. The Most High, Almighty, all-powerful, can deliver you from any sickness, any disease, man. Any spirit that may be overtaking you, that may be on you. It's only Yahweh that can deliver you from that. But you have to believe. That takes faith. That takes faith. When it ain't looking right, the lab's looking funny. The blood work ain't coming back right. The medications is stocked up. Who you gonna call on? Who you gonna trust in? You gonna trust in this damn Edomite, or you gonna trust in the Most High? You gonna trust in his words? Are you going to trust and believe that he's going to come and deliver you, that he's not going to forsake you? He's not going to leave you confounded. He's going to be right there to rescue you, but he's going to make sure he moves man out the way, that they may not get the glory, that only he get the glory. All praises to the Most High. That's a beautiful thing. Like, and we've been going through that in our lives, and I'm seeing like, man, the Most High, he got rid of this, he got rid of that, he moved that out the way, he moved out of the way, just so we can be like, whoa, like this was only Yahweh that delivered us. He got us up out of that. And that's what the Most High wants. He wants his name to be glorified amongst his children. We got to glorify his name through our afflictions, through our persecutions, and through our hard times. That's what's going to show where your faith is, where your faith is. What else? We got depression. Many of our people are going through depression daily. Growing up as a teenager, I went through depression a lot, anxiety, a lot. But you know what? I got to the age of 21, and the Most High, he took it from me. He took it from me. And I don't have a precept in front of me, but there's a precept where it say the Most High, he'll tempt you, but he won't tempt you above what you are able to bear, withstand. He'll put you through that affliction, but he know what you can stand. And when it gets too much, he'll pull back, and guess what? He'll come and save you. He'll come and save you, but the Most High, he took that spirit from me. I didn't know it was a spirit at the time, but it was a spirit. It was a spirit. Depression is a spirit. Anxiety is a spirit. It's a spirit. It's a spirit on the left-hand side of the Most High. And if you're dealing with it, that's where it's coming from. But you got to trust in the Most High, believe, and pull on him. Cry unto the Lord. Cry unto the Lord, and he'll save you. He'll bring you through. He'll get you out of that. He'll take that spirit from you. So, and then poverty, that's just overall for our people. Our people just is povertized. We in poverty, man. And Don't try to act like you're not in poverty. We struggling here in this wicked and perverse generation, this wicked. I'm trying to watch my language, but I really want to take it there, but I ain't gonna take it there. This wicked kingdom, man. We are struggling. If we the children of Israel, like, don't front. We struggling. We struggling. That's just what it is. I want to bring a precept real quick that just came to my spirit. Sirach 25 and 2. It says, 3 sorts of man my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar, and the old adulterer that do it. So Israel, don't be proud, man. Like, don't be proud. We in the state that we in, Most High broke us down the way he broke us down because we was rebellious children. We didn't hearken to the law, statutes, and commandments. We didn't keep his laws. We didn't keep his statutes. We didn't keep his judgments. And so we're paying for it. But don't be proud, man, when you understand the state that you're in. The Most High hate that thing. I just read it. He hate that thing. So moving right along, we're gonna just talk about a little bit of persecution. And we know the persecution is there for the righteous. I shouldn't say it's there for the righteous, but the righteous is gonna go through persecution, man. We're gonna go through persecution for believing in the Most High, for keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, for being separate. When we came about the world, I'm gonna give a shout out to Israel because we crippling America right now. All praise to the Most High. We crippling these heathens, man. When we return it back to the Most High, we literally are crippling their kingdom. We crippling them, man. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. We stop eating pork. They're like, damn, pork sales is down by 70%. All praise to the Most High. But the 30%, the wicked is still maintaining that. But we came away from the pork, right? Sisters is covering their bodies up. They're putting their hair wraps up or putting their hair wraps on. We done sliced and diced Christianity. We ain't messing with the churches. Matter of fact, man, I want all my money. I want all my money back that you stole from me, man. That you wicked pastors have stole from us. We want our money back, okay? And Esau, you could keep your 40 acres and a mule, because, no. What's that? Psalms 2 and 8. I'm going to pull that real quick. That just came to my spirit. We don't want your 40 acres and a mule. We want recompense. We want judgment. We want double portion of everything that you did to us. We want it to repay that back to you. And that's the promise. The Most High, he promised us that. But let's get Psalms 2 and 8. So lucky if I caught out the wrong precept, but yeah, I think that's the right precept. Let me get to it. Psalms, all praises. That's the right precept. It say, ask of me, and I shall give you the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So you know what? I don't want your 40 acres and a mule. I want you. I want you. I want you for a possession and an inheritance, man. That's due to us. That's due to all the children of Israel, man. We don't want what you got to offer us. We crippling y'all kingdom, and you know it. It's going down. So sisters, continue to endure in this race and understand that it's a race. And in a race, what do you do in a race? You pace yourself. Look at the athletes in the Olympics. They start off, they pacing, you know what I'm saying? They just pacing because they know they have to preserve their energy, because when they get around that final lap, you got to give it everything that you got. So if you giving it everything that you got, coming straight into this truth, you probably not going to be able to endure to the end. You're going to run out of fuel. Like, we got to run with patience this race that has been set before us. And that's a beautiful thing, sisters. So with that being said, don't worry. Do not give your mind over to heaviness, going through afflictions. You see what I'm saying? Because all you're doing is cutting your life short. You're shortening your life by worrying, by stressing, by opening yourself up for a spirit of depression and anxiety to come on you. Just embrace it. Get the Most High praise his name, glorify his name through your afflictions and your persecutions. And he's looking like, hold on, look at my daughters enduring. Let me go ahead and take that from her because I love her. And her faith fell not. Her faith is strong. She's enduring. So let me come back and give her some more. I'm going to come back and give her some more so she can keep enduring, that she may abide, that she might remain. That's beautiful to me, sisters. This truth is near and dear to me. And can't nothing come between that. And with that being said, sisters, I got something I want to share. I don't know how many sisters be on social media, Facebook or whatever. I seen it on Facebook. I don't be on Facebook like that. But when I finally get on there, I be having like 100 notifications and I go in and then I just start scrolling. So what I've been seeing lately is this sister, man. And this sister popped up and she was in this truth. And she basically came out publicly and was like, I'm no longer a part of the Hebrew Israelism cult. I'm like, what? Sis, what you talking about? What are you talking about? And if you're watching this video, sis, I would love to talk to you and get your, and see. I don't even have to talk to you because I see what happened. Like when we don't incline our heart to the Most High, when we come into this truth, when we find out what wickedness is, and we find out that we've been breaking his law, statutes, and commandments all this time, it's either your spirit is gonna like, oh my God, I have forsaken the Most High, forsaken his laws. Like I have to do everything that I can do to, get back the time that was lost due to my rebelliousness. Another precept just popped up in my head. Let's get, and I'm gonna move forward after this. Baruch 4:28, real quick. Baruch 4:28. It says, for as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. When you come into this truth, you find out the knowledge of the truth. You find out, like, when we come into this truth, the breath of life is breathed back into us. Because in the world, in Christianity, we were spiritually dead, man. That's why we was doing the things that we were doing, because we was just dead. We was ignorant of the Most High law, statutes, and commandments. We was ignorant of the fact of what he required of us as the children of Israel, what we should be doing. But it's like when you come into this truth and you hear the words, you hear this gospel, like either your spirit is going to bear witness or it's not. You see what I'm saying? And so with this sister, I'm going to pull her up and I'm going to show her. And then I'm going to also show, the little caption that she wrote. Because I was just like, damn, like, Salakia my language, but it was just like, dang, like, you heard all, man, when I hear precepts, like, my ears just be like, oh my God, my spirit is getting fed. Like, don't stop, keep going. My spirit needs it, man, like, because it's been dead for so long. It's just like when you hear the words of the Most High, you don't want it to stop. You want to keep hearing it. So for a sister to come into this truth and hear them words, see the law, statutes, and commandments, see what the Most High require of you, see what you should be doing, see why you was created, what your duties is, and then say, I'm a Christian. Like, many are called, but few are chosen. You 2/3, sis. You 2/3. You know what I'm saying? And I don't glorify in that because I don't never want to see nobody fall out the truth. But the reality is 2/3 is just not going to get the kingdom. They're just not going to get salvation. 2/3 have to be sifted out. They have to be sifted out this truth, man. And that's what it is. The Most High, like I said in my last video, the Most High, he's severing some things, man. He's separating some things. Like what I said, the 2/3 is still mingled amongst the 1/3. And the Most High, like, we wrapping this thing up. It's time to do that separation thing. And to me, from what I perceived and what I read, He commanded his family to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, which a righteous man would do that. And I'm going to get an account for that. I think that's Genesis 18 and 17. Let's turn there real quick. After this precept, sisters, I'm going to pull her up because I know I just been going on. And I'm going to pull her up with her testimony, if you would call it that. And let's bring the precepts out. Let's see what the Most High said. Let God be true and every man a liar. Because it don't matter it doesn't matter my thoughts and my perspective. It doesn't matter how I perceive some things. It matters about what the Most High say. Okay, so let's get Genesis 17 and I think 18, sisters. Again, Salakia, if I called the precept out wrong, let's see. Genesis 18 and 17. All praises, I called it out right. Okay. It says, and the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do? Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. So, y'all, I'm gonna start talking. I'm about to bring this up so sisters can see, because can y'all hear me? It's frozen. Can you hear me, sisters?
Con, I
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. All praises. I'm finna pull her up and we're gonna read her testimony. And obviously I got precepts because we're gonna speak the words of the Most High. We ain't gonna be in our feelings and none of that. That don't count, because we was taught to guard, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. So your emotions can't overtake you in decisions and afflictions and persecutions. No, put them emotions to the side, because them emotions will cause you to do some crazy things that you wouldn't do if you was moving in the spirit. Because understand, them emotions is a spirit. It's a wicked spirit, man. It's a wicked spirit. So let me share my screen, sisters. We're gonna get right up. Okay, can sisters hear me? Because I don't want to move forward if y'all can hear me or if it's lagging.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all praises. This is our sister, Bree. Her name is Bree Beeden. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is our sister.
Wait, we don't see
She was in
anything.
this truth. Y'all don't see anything?
No.
Is it lagging? Let me come back. Okay, let me come back. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Share screen.
Okay, we can see now.
Okay, this is our sister Bree. Okay, so our sister Bree, she came into the truth and she went back into Christianity. She went back into the world. She went back into them deep waters. Remember 2nd Ezra 7:7? She went back into Christianity. She went back into false doctrines and philosophies. This wasn't the truth for her. You know, and anything aside from this Bible, we know is a lie. It's a lie. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read what she wrote, and then I'm gonna interject and bring a precept out, because we gotta cut every lying spirit, especially when it's coming against the word of the Most High. We have to stand firmly for the word of the Most High. And it doesn't matter who it cuts. The spirit's gonna cut where it needs to cut. So it says, Jesus delivered me and my 4 children from Hebrew Israelism. All right. So let's get into it. You know what? I'm gonna go back up real quick because I want to point out a couple of things, sisters. Matter of fact, I want y'all to point out a couple of things. Look at Sister Bree, and tell me what is it that y'all see from when she was in the truth, and then when she went back into Christianity.
She was wearing a head wrap. Now she's not wearing it.
Huh?
Her attire is different as
What
well.
else, sisters?
She had makeup on, a full face of makeup for whatever reason,
Mhm.
but she doesn't now.
Mm-hmm. Anything else y'all notice?
I mean, she looked completely different, to be honest.
She do.
Yeah.
What would you say? Does she look more happier in the truth, or does she look more happier when she went back to Christianity?
Christianity.
Because that's where her heart was.
Mm-hmm.
And when I seen this, I was just like, oh my God, she looks so happy now. She looks so happy that she went back into the world, that she went back to Christianity. Like, that's literally where her heart was at. One more thing, sisters, I don't want to say it, but I will say it. Y'all know I'm going to say it. But what else do y'all notice about this picture before I move forward? Sisters on the live, like if y'all notice something, just say it, and then I'll read it. Sister Kawanda said her hair, she looks totally different now. Sis, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
She looked happy. She looked like she got $1 million in her pocket. But what else, sisters? It's something else I want y'all to see before I point it out. Forget the message that she put down there. Don't look at that. Just look at the picture, look at the comments, look at the shares. I'm kind of giving it away now. I'm kind of giving it away. Do y'all notice anything? I'm gonna pull a precept and then tell me if y'all notice it. Let's get John chapter 15, 18 through 19. Okay, John 15, verse 18 through 19. It says, if the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love its own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. So sisters, what is y'all noticing about that? Think about what I just said. If you were of the world, sis, all praises to the Most High. That really vexes my spirit, man. What kind of wicked people would like this? 15.6K likes, and she said, Jesus, Caesar Borgia, blonde hair, blue eye. I'm gonna keep it clean so they don't flag me. But blonde hair, blue eye saved her from Hebrew Israelism. I mean, I take offense to that because I believe in every word that's in this Bible. I believe in the gospel, man. And there's no way you can sit there and say that unless your heart really never is converted over. You see what I'm saying? So clearly her heart wasn't converted over. Now, before I move on to her, what she typed in there, I just want to show y'all something. So 15.6K people love the fact that she came from out of Hebrew Israelism, okay? Now, check this out. When she was still in the truth, I want to share something. Now, this is after she came all out. Now, she's sitting there with the damn rat on the stick. She's sitting there eating this abominable food. Now it's out there, right? Okay. She ready to sell her soul, basically. So let's keep going. Okay, look at this one. Prep day. This is March 25th. And I just want to point out, sis came out with this, it had to be about a week ago. Okay, so this is March. Says happy prep day, Exodus 16:5. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day, they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. Exodus 2:9. I can't click it, y'all, because I screenshotted it, but it was basically saying 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work. We know. And on the seventh day, it shall be a rest, right? Look how many likes she got.
Wow. 16.
Look how many likes she got, sisters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look how many likes she got. This is wicked, man. So they don't really like you when you're in the truth, but when you come against the truth and say I was in a cult, hey, you get all these likes. Again, if you are of the world will love his own. If you are of the world will love his own. The world is going to love you if you are of the world, sisters. Okay? I want to point that out. The world is going to love you if you are of the world. But if you are not of the world and Yahweh Shai has chosen you from the world will hate you. And that's why we go through this persecution from being in this truth. So let's keep going. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe sis, if she didn't really, and I'm gonna get to what she typed, okay? But I really want to show these pictures real quick. Sis said, like, I'm just like, okay, so maybe she came into this truth, she felt forced, so she didn't hearken, she didn't listen, nothing was going into her spirit. Maybe she didn't understand, she didn't learn the law, statutes, and commandments. Just giving her the benefit of the doubt, right? No, look at this. She know this, y'all about fell out my seat when I seen it. It said, what is God's definition of sin? Sin is lawlessness. This is what she put. 1 John 3:4. It says sin is the breaking of God's 10 commandment law, which we know is 613 laws. So that was off for her to even say that. But the law of God is perfect. Psalms 19:7. And she just kind of paraphrased it. And its principles cover every conceivable sin. The commandments cover man's all, the whole duty of man, which she keep paraphrasing. Who does that? But anyways, Ecclesiastes 12:13, nothing is left. So look what she put. What is sin? She know what sin is, sisters. So that whole little benefit of the doubt, it kind of went out the window, because what it showed me is that she know what sin is. She understand that we have to keep laws, right? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, she understand that we can keep laws. Look how many likes she got when she said what is sin. Y'all see this?
Yeah.
8 likes. 8 likes. But think about Yahweh Shai when it said he took on no reputation. He wasn't looking for no vain glory. He wasn't looking for no popularity. He wasn't looking for no mans to worship and bow at his feet. Oh my God, oh my God. He wasn't looking for that. And look, 8 likes. That's not a popular thing, right? Let's keep going. March 19th, happy Shabbat. Look how many likes she got. How many likes she got? 21. 21. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna bring that out in a little bit, because this is her and she's being boldly rebellious now. She's literally coming out boldly being rebellious. She know the law say that we can't be eating these abominable foods, and y'all already know what that is, that so-called beef on a stick. Can y'all hear me? I see somebody on the comment board saying it's getting lower and lower.
I can hear
y'all
you good.
Okay, Con. Maybe I need to just keep the mic by my mouth. But yeah, she all out, and this was 3 days ago, sisters. She all out being rebellious now. So she being rebellious against the words of the Most High. She know what the law is. So let's keep going. I'm gonna go ahead and read what she wrote, but I'm gonna bring precepts out. It's coming against what she's saying, because she's not speaking truth and sincerity. She's not speaking the words of the Most High. She's in her feelings. So it say 2 years ago, my husband, he committed himself to Hebrew Israelism. And she said, however, I am a Christian. I am a Christian. if you know anything about Hebrew Israelism, you know how much they despise Christianity. Sisters, tell me, why is it that we don't rock with Christianity?
Because they changed what it really means. A Christian was only meaning you a follower of Yahweh Shai. It wasn't supposed to be a separate religion and a separate entity. And they teach false
And what
doctrines.
else? Right, exactly. They teach you, Christianity teaches that the law was done away with, meaning that we don't have to keep the laws. Meaning, if we don't keep the laws, we continue in oppression, we continue in chastisement, we continue in the punishment of the Most High, which the heathen knows this. So if they can keep us in darkness and from returning back to the truth and life, then they can continue to rule over us, which they always think that their rulership will never come to an end. But if the children of Israel stay in darkness, then guess what? Christianity will abide. But we don't believe in Christianity because it's a damn lie. It's a lie. And it makes me angry because it's a lie. It's not the truth. Sis is lost. You went back into the world. The Most High, he took his spirit away. What do you mean? How do you come into this truth and do you turn back into the world? You take your hand off the plow. That means you're not fit for the kingdom. And I'm gonna bring that precept out. But let's keep reading. It say, I began to compromise my beliefs and attempt to keep the peace in my marriage. Let's keep going. So this is what her saying, what she's compromising. She's saying she's compromising by keeping feast days. How many sisters rejoice and excited when feast days come around to be able to keep them?
I know I do.
That's a beautiful thing. All praises to the Most High to be able to keep feast days. To keep feast days. She said this was compromising to her to keep feast days, celebrating new moon, putting on the fringes on all her clothes, and attending his school, which she literally referencing her Lord as his. How disrespectful. On the Sabbath instead of my own desire of worship. Man, if this ain't Eve from the beginning in the garden, I don't know who it is. What the Most High say? Eve went off. The woman got cursed. We was cursed. So she said, my desire place of worship. Well, let's see what your desire should be. Let's see. The Most High made it very clear. Let's get Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. And in thy sorrow, thou shalt bring forth children. And thy desire shall be unto thy husband, and he shall rule over you. What's this talking about her desire place of worship? You see how that's off, sisters?
Yeah.
Very off.
That's so off. I want to pull 2 precepts real quick. Let's get 1 John 5:3. Because it ain't about our desire. When we come into this truth, we have to understand that we're servants of the Most High, man. We're here to do what he tell us to do, not what we want to do. It ain't about us no more, man. It's time to take the back seat, sisters. It's time to take the back seat and just shut up. Shut up. And I don't mean it like be a rug, shut up like that, but I mean like put off that spirit of Babylon. That's y'all help me with the word superiority, where you feel like you over the man, where you feel like you don't have to listen to the man, you don't have to subject or submit yourself under your husband. What is wrong? What is wrong? I'm trying to figure it out. But let's bring this precept out. While she want to talk about her desire, let's see what the Most High said. 1 John 5:3 say, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So for sisters say she compromised, this thing was a grievous thing for her. This vexed her spirit to keep feast days, to celebrate the new moon, and to put fringes on all their clothes. Really? How disrespectful. Let's keep going. John 12:26. Okay, John 12:26. Because remember what she said in the beginning of her message, y'all. Y'all remember it's right there at the top. What she say? Can y'all read it?
Jesus delivered me and my 4 children from Hebrew Israelism.
Okay, well let's see what Jesus said, even though that's not his name. Because J don't even exist in a Hebrew alphabet. That's newly invented, like 200 years old. So let's see what Jesus said. Let's see Salakia. Let's see what Yahweh Shai said, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. If any man serve me, let him follow me. And where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor. Yahweh Shai said, if any man was to serve him, his servant gonna be right there. Doing what? Keeping commandments. Doing what? Keeping feast days with a joyous heart. Doing what? Celebrating the new moon with a joyous heart. Doing what? Putting fringes on all their clothes without it being grievous. That's where the service is gonna be. They're gonna follow Yahweh Shai wheresoever the lamb goeth. Okay, so let's keep going. It says, his school, the Sabbath, instead of my own desire, place of worship, because I was forbidden. You was forbidden. No, you was forbidden to be rebellious, which you are. You being rebellious. You being rebellious, man. And it's clearly way up here in a comment how rebellious she was against her Lord, man. It's a sad thing. It's say, but if I just feel right, I felt like my heart that what I was doing was wrong, but couldn't explain why. So I continued to compromise in those gray areas. Sisters, what's going on right here? She said her heart didn't feel right. What's going on here?
Because her heart wasn't in it to begin with. Her heart's still in the world.
She
did that come. But you know what? I wanna go back real quick, because what I really want to do is, she says she's a Christian and she compromised what her beliefs really were. And so compromising, she kept feast days, she kept new moon, she kept Sabbath, she put fringes on. But let's see what Yahweh Shai did. Let's see what Yahweh Shai did. Let's get some accounts. So John 7:14, let's pull that out real quick. Because this is who we following, right? And if this is who we following, we got to be doing what he's doing. 7:14, it says, now about the midst of the feast, Yahweh Shai went up into the temple and taught. No, get out of here. Yahweh Shai was at a feast day. He was keeping the feast. He was keeping a feast. But you say Jesus delivered you? He ain't. No. Yahweh Shai commanded that you keep these law, statutes, and commandments, that you keep these feast days and new moons, that you put the fringes on your clothes. That's just to remind you from going a whoring, what you used to do, sisters. So let's keep going. Luke 4:16. Let's see what else Yahweh Shai did. Because his servants is following him. Let's see what else he did. Yahweh Shai kept feast days. Luke 4:16. It says, Salakia. 4:16, it say, and he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read. What? Yahweh Shai was keeping Sabbath? No. No way. Our Savior was keeping the Sabbath? Absolutely, he was keeping the Sabbath. You're not following Yahweh Shai, you're following the devil. Let's keep going. Matthew 26:17. Matthew 26:17. Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Yahweh Shai, saying unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, go into the city to such a man and say unto him, the master saith, My time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples. Sisters, everything she's spoken up until this point is a lie. Because if you following Yahweh Shai, you're going to keep feast days with a joyful heart. And also, you're going to make sure you're a help me to your Lord and not buck up against him, coming with that rebellious spirit, because there's consequences for that. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 2:38. Let's understand why it's so important to keep feast days, man. The angels is watching. The Most High is watching. Yahweh Shai is watching. Let's see what it says. 2nd Ezra 2:38. It says, arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord. The Most High, he's sealing off his elect. He's sealing off the 144 that's keeping the feast days. You're getting sealed. Your name is being written down in a Lamb's Book of Life for remembrance, for keeping, for walking in righteousness, sisters. And then let's hit the fringes. The fringes is not a grievous thing. Is any sisters grievous about putting fringes on their clothes?
No.
Not at all.
Ain't that a beautiful thing? What does the fringes show to the other nations, to the heathens?
That we keep the commandments.
And what else?
That we obey the Most High.
Be ye separate, right? We live in a separate life. We're not living like them. We being set apart. So let's get Numbers 15:38 and 39. It says, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make fringes in the border of their garments throughout their generation, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which you used to go a horn. Sis, why is you mad about putting fringes on you and your children's and your Lord's clothes? Like, that's wicked. That's a wicked woman. That's a beautiful thing. Do y'all know it's power in the fringes? That's power, y'all. And I'm gonna give an account real quick. Matthew 26:17. Matthew 26, verse 17. Let's see. Nope, Salakia. I'm looking at the wrong precept. Matthew 9:20. Matthew 9:20. It says, and behold, a woman which was diseased with the issue of blood 12 years came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, if I may but touch his garment, I shall be whole. Sisters, what is that? Is that faith or what?
It is faith.
Absolutely.
Ain't that faith? She believes. She like, if I can only get to his hem, I shall be whole. So what I really want to do real quick, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna type in a blue letter because I want sisters to see this. Okay, so the blue letter, the chapter was Matthew. Matter of fact, I think I could just type in him and it should pop up. We'll see. Matthew 9. There it is. Matthew 9:20. Let's see. Let's find him. Let's get an understanding in the Hebrew what him means. So you can find it in the G2899. Let's hit Strong's info. Can one of the sisters read that, what a him is?
I can read it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Of uncertain derivation, a margin, a fringe or tassel, border hem.
A fringe or tassel, border of him. Y'all see that? And we just was commanded that we have to put on the fringes throughout our whole generation. It's supposed to remind us to keep the commandments and do them, that we may not go a whoring in which we used to, right? So that's a beautiful thing. It's power in the fringes, sisters. It's going to help deliver us. It's going to help put the fear of the Most High in us to keep his laws and his statutes and commandments. It's going to help us to get the understanding, because true understanding is to depart from evil, right? So let me go back. Let me go back and let's keep reading. Okay, so let me see. Where did I stop off at? She said, so I continue. She said, so I continue. It's like, yeah, y'all. So I continue to compromise in those gray areas. Last year I came across, let me stop right there. She continues to compromise in them gray areas. So let's, Sister Shammai, can you get Romans 12:2 and read that?
Sis. All right, so
Yes. Okay,
Romans 12:2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Did this happen with this sister?
Nope.
No.
Her spirit never converted, man. And this the thing about this truth. No matter how much you love your family, no matter how much you love your friends, we got to understand, man, you can't force anybody into this thing. Yahweh Shai already chose his elect in 144 from the beginning of the foundation of the earth. So when people come into this, like when you tell your family about this truth and they like, y'all crazy, y'all is in a cult, that is not what that means. I love Christianity. They basically was being witnessed at that point is either the Most High haven't woke them up yet, or he didn't choose them from the foundation before the foundation of the earth, right? Yashafay, get Romans 8:16.
Okay. All right, Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
Right. So the spirit have to bear witness. Nobody can force anybody into this truth. Nobody can make anybody stay in this truth. The spirit itself have to bear witness with your spirit, with my spirit, that we are the children of the Most High. And if it don't bear witness, then you're never going to go through that converting process. You're never going to convert off and put away all the lies that was taught to us. So I get y'all. You're never going to put off the lies that was taught to you in the world through Christianity, all the lies that they kept telling us, having us worship a blue-eyed, blonde hair, cupcake. You know, I'm going to leave it right there. Man, we have to put that off when we come into this truth and realize that was a lie. And now open up this Bible and read the truth. The words of the Most High. That's the truth. That's what's going to convert the spirit, man. That's what's going to convert the spirit. So let's keep going. Let's see. Wisdom of Solomon 1:4. Real quick. Let's get that. Wisdom of Solomon 1:4. So if the spirit never converts, can wisdom come in and dwell with you, sisters?
No.
Wisdom ain't coming in there supping with you if you ain't gonna convert your spirit. If you're not gonna convert your heart and serve the Most High and fear him and realize, you know, he is almighty and powerful and that we're supposed to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. The spirit is not coming in. But so Wisdom of Solomon 1:4 says, for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin. So she didn't convert, she didn't believe, so wisdom never came in. Wisdom didn't come in. If wisdom did come in, it fled when she changed her heart, when she put down the laws of the Most High. It fled because wisdom can't dwell there. So let's keep going. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, she said, last year I came across a series of Bible studies on YouTube by Nefertiti, Dwayne Lemon, and Ivan Myers that answered every single question I had desperately been seeking answers to. Sisters, what happened at this point? Your sisters explain what happened at this point. She didn't convert. Spirit wasn't coming to sup with her. What's going on right here, sisters?
I'm thinking she saw something that sided with her wickedness.
God, that made her heart feel okay with it. It made her heart feel okay with, you ain't gotta keep God's laws. Girl, you crazy if you believe that. The law is done away with. Ain't that what Christianity teach?
Yeah.
But I just want to share what she aired first. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 35 real quick. First Corinthians 14 and 35. It says, it said, okay, let's go. We can go up to 34. It say, let your woman keep silence in the churches, for it's not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience. Also said the law. The sisters that be like, yeah, that's just Paul speaking. No, the law says it too. 35. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for the woman to speak into the church. She didn't want to go to her Lord because her Lord was commanding her to keep the commandments. He was saying, put on them fringes, cover up your body, cover up your head, change your spirit, put fringes on my kids' clothes. He commanded her. He was moving in righteousness, commanded his wife to keep the commandments, but it was grievous to her. So guess what happened? Let's find out what happened. Let's go to Proverbs 17 and 11. We don't hearken unto the Most High, and the Most High has been patient, and you lay down his laws, and you try to walk over them, to fulfill your own lustful desires, and you want to seek Christianity, and you don't want this truth. Guess what? The Most High, he got something for you. It say Proverbs 17 and 11. It say, an evil man seeketh only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. The cruel messengers was the people that she named on YouTube. Nefertiti, Dwayne Lemon, and Ivan Myers. These was cruel messengers because what they did, they told her what she wanted to hear, which was her own lustful heart. So I'm outside. What will he do? He'll give you over to that. So let's get that real quick. First, let's get Sirach 32 and 17. Because the evil man, when an evil man when he don't want to keep laws, what he gonna say? Sisters, I know y'all done heard it enough. You've been in the truth long enough to know what an evil man say when you tell him you got to keep laws. What do they say?
You can't keep all of them.
God, what else?
We don't got to do that no more. Jesus died for us.
We saved by grace, right? That's the
Yep.
number one Christianity answer. We're saved by grace. Ain't nobody saved. We still in the land of our captivity. They still shooting us down with our hands up. They still oppressing us. Ain't nobody saved. We not saved. If this is what you call saved, look, this ain't saved to me. Sirach 32 and 17, it says, I hope y'all can hear me because the wind is blowing. It says, a sinful man will not be reproved, but will find an excuse according to his will. Y'all see that? So she didn't want to hearken to the law. She didn't want to listen to her Lord. So she went seeking somewhere else where she would get the answer that made her heart feel okay with to do with what she was doing. She made an excuse to do her will, her own desires. So let's keep did I have another one? No, that was it. Let's keep reading. It says Salakia. Okay. Ivory Myers answer single question. I had desperately been seeking an answer to, and said, and with those answers came great conviction. I had decided I could not continue to compromise with what I knew. I don't really know. But we know every so-called God was a lie. It was a lie. And the devil spoke it to her, man, and she ran with it. She was waiting to hear a lie. Let's get Luke 9:62 real quick. All right, Luke 9. Can sisters hear me? Because the wind is blowing. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Okay, fine. 9:62. Having a hard time over here, y'all. Salakia. It's saying Yahushua said unto him, no man having putting his hands to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. So she's saying, she found these people on YouTube, and they basically with her great conviction came to her. And she had decided that she cannot continue to compromise with what she knew. She literally saying what the scripture just said. No man having put his hands to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. She knew this is rightfully. I'm going back to Christianity. I want to worship the unmelanated, the cursed man with the blue eyes and the blonde hair, because that's where my heart sits. That's what I believe in. That's what my spirit bears witness with. That's the 2/3, sisters. It's a sad thing, but it is what it is. Let's get Proverbs 24:10. Proverbs 24:10, and it says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. This is what's going on, sisters. In the beginning, didn't I say like we're going to go through affliction. We're going to go through persecution and hard times. This was affliction for her. But she was going through the fire. She was being tried. But her heart was not turned to the Most High, man. And she fainted in the day of adversity. She turned her hand from the plow, y'all. And the Most High, he can't deal with people that come into this truth and go back into the world. Another precept I want to bring out real quick. A couple more sisters and we done. Matthew 10:34. It says, think not I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. That's what was going on, sisters. Right?
Right.
You can clearly see that that's what's going on. But I want to point out something real quick in Sirach 26. I think it's 20 real quick. Let's see. A wicked woman shall be given unto a wicked man. Here it is, 26 and 23. It say a wicked woman is given as the portion to a wicked man, but the godly woman is given to him that fear the Lord. Sisters, she walked away. She didn't want to do that. You see what I'm saying? So a wicked woman cannot continue to abide with a righteous man. The Most High is going to sever that thing. He's going to sever it. She didn't want it no more. She took the kids. She wanted to go back to Christianity because that was just the wickedness that was in her heart. She don't want to serve the Most High. I'm going to keep reading. It says, I had decided I could not continue to compromise with what I knew. This made my husband seriously angry. The spiritual warfare that began to take place in our home was crippling. I bet, because it's just like wickedness against righteousness. But God kept me and was with me still. Earlier this year, my husband gave me an ultimatum. I was either to renounce Christianity or he filed for divorce. After much prayer and clinging unto the Lord, while pregnant with our fourth child, I relocated myself. And the children, I relocated myself and children to another state. We lived in my husband's hometown, 6 hours away from my nearest relative or friends, and I leaned to my family for support during our divorce. Real quick, sisters. And now, I don't know if all sisters go through this, but I went through this for a very long time. Being married, I had family members, telling me, oh, yeah, he don't have control over you. You don't need to be married to him. Just speaking out of enviness, covetousness, and hatred. When a sister that's not married, you can't receive counsel for that sister because she don't have any idea how to lead you in a marriage when she's not married herself. And sometimes sisters will envy and be bitter towards you because you have a Lord that loves you, that takes care of you, that's worried and concerned about your mind state and your heart. He loves you. He truly loves you. And sister envy and covet that. And they hate you for it. And the first opportunity they get to get in between y'all marriage, they're going to do everything they can do to destroy it. So when she says she depended on her family for support through her divorce, you got to understand the counsels that she was getting so many different counsels aside from, the spirit that was on her. So it was many things that was going on with sis that I really want to point out. So let's get Sirach real quick. Because we're gonna stick to the precepts. We're not gonna stick to our emotions and our feelings and that. Let's go to Sirach 6. And 6. It says, be in peace with many, nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000. So sisters can't have all these counselors in your ear. One telling you this, another one telling you that, another one telling you this. This one saying stay home, make it work with your husband. This one saying, girl, I'm so glad you finally about to leave him. I've been hoping for this for you for years. That's wicked. And then let's go to Sirach 37, 7 through 11 real quick. 37, 7 and 11. It says, every counselor extolleth counsel, but there are some that counseleth for himself. Be aware of a counselor and know before what need he has, for he will counsel for himself, lest he cast a lot upon thee. That's like a sister that's been waiting for your marriage to fail, and you come crawling back. She gonna be kind of evil eyeing you and despising you, and she can't wait to give you some kind of counsel that's gonna go ahead and finish breaking y'all apart. That's wicked. It says, verse 9, it says, and say unto thee, thy way is good, and afterward he stand on the other side to see what shall befall you. This sister done told you leave your husband, and then she's standing there, she want to see what befall you, she want to see you destroyed. Because this sister wasn't a good counsel to go to. Sisters that has husbands and it's true. Listen, hearken to what I'm saying. Don't take counsel from a sister that is not married. She have no idea on what counsel to give you. She's not married. Don't take counsel from a sister that's been in multiple marriage and divorces. She don't know what it takes to stay married. We gotta move in wisdom verse 10, it say, consult not with one that suspected thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. You definitely don't want counsel. You definitely don't want counsel for somebody that envy you. They're going to give you the worst counsel possibly, like I said, to destroy you. In verse 11, neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous. Neither with a coward in matters, but we can stop right there. Don't get counsel from a sister that's jealous of you. So I said all that to say, and here she is. This was 3 days ago. She's back into the world, back into Christianity. She's very happy. She got her little rat on a stick, and, you know, she's eating abominable foods again. You know, that's mockery. That's like blasphemy in the face of the Most High. This is where she is now, sisters. So I brought all that out. I'm going to come back real quick. I brought all that out to say, what happened? Salakia.
Is it frozen?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Hold
you.
on. Salaki, I don't know what's going on. This is, yeah, it's definitely freezing and lagging. Oh, they stopped the live. They stopped the live on me. Is you serious? Sisters, they stopped the live on me. When did they stop the live, sisters?
I didn't notice it stopped.
Either.
Oh, the devil don't like that. Hold on, sisters. Is the live still going, or did it stop?
I think it's still going.
Right now.
It's still going? Okay, all praise to the Most High. Let me finish real quick. So let's finish this up. I thought they stopped it because it said the broad stream had stopped. But I said all that to say, sisters, through affliction, through persecution, we have to keep our faith and our trust in the Most High. We can't fail. We can't faint. We can't get weak. We got to trust in the Most High. This sister, she never converted her spirit and never converted her heart over to the Most High. Had she done that, I believe the Most High would have had grace and mercy for her. But we also got to understand, like I said, 2/3 is still mingled with the 1/3. It's got to be a separation. That was a righteous man. He commanded his wife to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It was nothing off about that. She was rebellious and she couldn't wait to get out of that marriage and go back to Christianity, like she said. I chose Jesus and I'm glad that I did. Well, now whatever comes to you, you have to understand it's coming because out of your rebelliousness. And another thing I want to point out real quick, the first, because
It's going out the room.
I think it kicked her off.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Kind of.
What'd y'all hear? The last thing I said, like, I'm having all kind of issues over here. It's the devil. It's the devil. He tried to shut it down. What'd y'all last hear? So I could pick up where I left off.
You were saying that her husband was trying to keep her, trying to give her the right thing to do. And she
Right, he
didn't hear
commanded
it.
God, he commanded her to keep commandments. I said all that to say, through the afflictions, we gotta endure. We gotta trust in the Most High in everything. Through the persecutions, we gotta endure. We gotta trust the Most High. We gotta increase our faith. Our foremother Mary and Joseph, think about the afflictions that they went through when Herod wanted to kill Yahushua, and they had to flee and trust in the Most High and know that the Most High was going to deliver them from the hands of their enemy. That's the faith that we gotta have through our afflictions and our persecutions. Think about the story of Susanna. How them wicked, nasty, perverted men lusted after her and made this whole lie that she went and she lied with another man. It was a lie. You see what I'm saying? But what did she do? She cried upon the Most High. And he came, he rose up Daniel, he stood up in boldness and righteousness of the Lord. He hearkened to her cry, man, and he came and he delivered her out of the hands of her enemy, and he saved her. And it's so many accounts in the Bible, y'all, but we'd be days going into it. It's so many accounts, but it's beautiful. But I say all that to say, sisters, through your afflictions, through your persecutions, through your hard times, trust in the Most High, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou might be increased at thy last end, and whatever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient with our change to a lower state. I love my sisters. I'm going to end it because Esau, he been chopping, screwing this whole thing all night. But all praise to the Most High, the word got to come out. And remember, to he who endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. So I love y'all. Have a blessed Shabbat and Shalom.